DreamWorks has finally given their fans their first real look at Shrek 5, and it feels like stepping back into the world of Far, Far Away all over again. A lot of people are talking about the older versions of Shrek and Fiona's family, especially with Zendaya joining the cast as their daughter Felicia. But the music in the teaser is doing just as much work as the visuals. The Shrek movies have always been known for taking songs people already love and using them in funny, unexpected ways. And this teaser proves that tradition is still alive. Even though the movie won't arrive until June 30, 2027, the short preview already gives fans plenty to talk about. One of the funniest moments shows the gang ending up behind bars, and naturally, Donkey reacts the only way he knows how, by breaking into song. Eddie Murphy's energetic performance once again steals the spotlight because Donkey's habit of singing random classics has always been one of the franchise's funniest running jokes. Music has been part of Shrek's identity since the very first movie. Instead of relying only on an original score, the series built its reputation by mixing famous rock and pop songs into ridiculous fairy tale situations. That combination made so many scenes unforgettable, and based on this teaser, DreamWorks hasn't forgotten what made those soundtracks work. Here are all the musical moments from the new preview, starting with the fun ones before getting to the standout performance. The first musical joke isn't even a full song, but it lands because everyone instantly gets the reference. Before Shrek and the others are thrown into jail, they walk through a dark alley where they run into a suspicious-looking melting snowman. The snowman asks Donkey, "You want to date a snowman?" It's an obvious parody of Disney's hugely popular Frozen song, "Do You Want to Build a Snowman?" The line lasts only a few seconds, but it perfectly captures the franchise's style of poking fun at other fairy tales and animated movies. Shrek has always enjoyed making jokes at Disney's expense, so this quick parody feels completely in character. After that comes another great musical gag once everyone ends up locked inside a prison cell. The atmosphere is tense because Shrek is clearly annoyed with the situation, but Donkey refuses to let things stay serious for long. He suddenly starts singing Baby Come Back by Player, the soft rock hit released in 1977. It is such an odd song choice for people sitting in jail, which is exactly why it works. The emotional lyrics clash with the situation in the funniest possible way, and it fits perfectly with the franchise's habit of using classic songs where nobody expects them. But the teaser saves its best musical moment for last. Without even pausing, Donkey switches from soft rock straight into Roxanne by The Police. Hearing him loudly sing the opening lines while trapped in a dungeon feels like classic Donkey. The song originally came out in 1978, and its instantly recognizable opening makes the joke land almost immediately. It captures the same mix of nostalgia and comedy that helped make the earlier Shrek movies so memorable. If fans leave the teaser remembering one thing, it will probably be this scene. Looking beyond the new trailer, the Shrek franchise has built one of the strongest collections of licensed songs in animated movie history. Almost every film includes tracks that become just as memorable as the scenes themselves, and many fans still associate these songs with Shrek more than anything else. Starting near the bottom of the list is David Bowie and Butterfly Boucher's version of Changes from Shrek 2. The song fits the movie's themes of identity and transformation because so many characters are trying to become someone else. It gives emotional weight to the story while still feeling like a classic rock anthem. Then there's Wings' Live and Let Die in Shrek the Third. Instead of playing the song normally, the movie has a frog choir perform it during a royal funeral. It sounds completely ridiculous on paper, but the execution is so over the top that it becomes one of the funniest musical moments in the series. Bad Reputation by Joan Jett and the Black Hearts also deserves its place because it helps establish the rebellious personality of the original movie. The song blasts during a wrestling-style fight sequence, giving the scene an energetic punk attitude that perfectly matches Shrek's outsider status. Another unforgettable track is Counting Crows' Accidentally in Love from Shrek 2. The upbeat early 2000s rock song plays during the honeymoon portion of the movie and became so popular that it even earned an Academy Award nomination. It captures the excitement of newly married life while giving the sequel a fresh musical identity. Heart's Barracuda in Shrek the Third takes things in a different direction. Its aggressive guitar riff powers the Princess Rebellion, making the action scenes feel much bigger and more exciting. The song's energy matches the chaos happening on screen from beginning to end. One of the most emotional moments in the franchise arrives with Hallelujah. The version used in the original Shrek became one of the movie's defining scenes because it plays during one of the story's saddest points. The song gives the film genuine emotional depth, showing that beneath all the jokes, Shrek always had heart. Another powerful rock choice comes with Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song in Shrek the Third. Using one of rock's heaviest songs during a fairy tale battle sounds completely absurd, but that's exactly why it works. The contrast between fantasy characters and intense classic rock perfectly represents the franchise's fearless approach to music. One song that almost every fan remembers is Jennifer Saunders' version of Holding Out for a Hero from Shrek 2. Played during the movie's massive finale, the performance turns the climax into something that feels both hilarious and genuinely epic. Even years later, it's still considered one of the greatest scenes in the entire series. Taking second place is Smash Mouth's I'm a Believer. Originally a hit decades earlier, the band's upbeat version became the perfect ending for the first movie. It left audiences smiling and remains one of the most recognizable songs connected to Shrek. But nothing can really beat All Star by Smash Mouth. The song became the soundtrack of an entire generation, and for many people, hearing those opening notes instantly brings Shrek to mind. It introduced audiences to the franchise in the very first movie and has remained its musical signature ever since. No matter how many great songs the series includes, All Star still stands above the rest. While the teaser focuses mostly on nostalgia, it also reminds fans that Shrek 5 is finally getting close after years of waiting. DreamWorks has been developing the movie for a very long time, and assuming everything stays on schedule, it will arrive in theaters on June 30, 2027. The studio clearly hopes it becomes one of the biggest movies of the year because expectations have only grown stronger during the long wait. The road to getting the sequel made has been anything but simple. Discussions about a fifth Shrek movie go all the way back to 2004. Jeffrey Katzenberg talked about continuing the series for years, but eventually Shrek Forever After was released in 2010. Although the studio is clearly trying to modernize the visuals, not everyone has been convinced by the changes. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.